want to mention it. Go ahead and mention it as well. The one Tired. I listened to that as well. And as you were writing that, as you were creating that, did you think it was gonna like take off the way it did, and so many people were gonna be able to relate to it? Because as I listened to it, I was like, I just thought in my head, how many times have I just answered tired when I meant so much more? And so that one like really resonated with me. So like, what was that process just like going into that one? Did it surprise you that it got so big?
I mean, over 4 million views and so many interviews and podcasts and show opportunities. No, when I was writing it, I was not thinking that was going to happen. I've had some viral moments sometimes because I'm still an artist. Sometimes you could write something like, oh, this one's going to be a hit. This was from a selfish space. And Tired is in two pieces. I wrote the first part of Tired and then called my friend, his name is Tone, and read it to him because that's somebody who I can share my poems with, and he'll be like, maybe you should change this. It's okay. And he's really honest with me. I've known him for years. So when I read him the poem, he said it was cool. And then we started having dialogue, and he told me that he thought about killing himself. And again, I've known this man, and I said in the poem, I've known him for 20 plus years. His mother calls me son. I'm godfather to his children. Like, I've been around. We've known each other in all these years. What we've talked about, I've never known that he was depressed and thought about killing himself. So when he told me that, I added on that, with his permission, added that part on there. So when you go through the entire Tired part, and then you hear me go, my best friend, who I've known for all these years, that was him. So I added that part to the poem, and then it just resonated more. So the whole thing of, do you know what a cry for help from a man sounds like? It sounds like, I'm good, I'm okay, I'm alive. Because those are the things that we say, because there really isn't too many safe spaces for us to say, no, I'm really depressed, or for us to even know that we're depressed, right? Because we're just like, it's just a bad day. 3 days in a row, I didn't eat, or I didn't eat that much, or maybe I didn't feel like shaving or getting out of the bed. That's depression. And we're not speaking on that because a lot of times we're not taught about that. So going back to your question of, no, I did not know the poem was going to do what it was going to do. It was one of them selfish things. So when the world got it, they told me, no, this is a hit, because I did not know.
Yeah, and it is. And I think just with how you explain that just shows the importance of sharing those words, right? And you don't always know how they're going to resonate, or you don't always know how people are going to relate. But like you just said, 4 million views, and talking to a friend that you had known for so long, and then finding out something you never knew about them, and that came from you sharing those words. And I think,
Yes.
yeah, and I think that shows the importance of being open to doing that, and just putting yourself out there for people to hear them. And so, again, that's really awesome.
And to even add on to that, I was speaking from a space for me, but also from a space of a Black man. After it got put out, I had people from all kinds of races coming in, just calling, like sending text messages, DMs. Like, I really felt that. And I'm an Irishman, I'm Italian, and it just came like, you know what? There's Mexican machismo, where it's like, I have to be so manly and I can't say that I'm weak. There's people who are Irish that have to be manly. If you're from a sports background, you got to walk it off in pain, all this types of stuff. So I was like, wow, this is even bigger than just saying for a Black man, just men in general. And so all the DMs that I received, the emails of people saying I was on the verge of committing suicide. I did a couple of weeks ago. I was thinking about it some years ago. I really felt it again. It was way bigger. The discussions, there's still discussions going on in the comment sections on IG. And it's way bigger than me.